And we also find then that LD students um, will struggle with reflection portion of self-regulation. And this is something that a teacher can easily, quickly incorporate into the classroom, is giving them the prompts to help them learn how to do the reflection part after an assessment, after some activity, to help the LD student learn how to do that. That's not terribly time consuming, but it is something you have to be aware of and take a little bit of time and thought to do. Moving on to self-concept, which is your students' mental models of themselves, or the beliefs that students have to mentally represent themselves. So we can look at self-concept, which Marsh and O'Neill have broken out into 12 domains: mathematics, verbal, self-concept, general academics, problem-solving ability, physical ability, appearance, same-sex peers, opposite sex, interactions, appearance, religion, emotionality. To put all of these on different scales. So we generally, as teachers, certainly want to promote our students having a healthy sense of self. It just simply, outside of whatever content areas we're working on, it just generally sounds like a positive outcome for our students' lives. So the thing that research has shown, though, is that their self-concept, let's say in mathematics, they have some concept of how they are going to do in this math class this year. I'm bad at math, I'm going to do poorly. If a teacher can attempt to, if they can actually change their the student's self-concept, it does not necessarily improve the learning outcome. The opposite is true. An improved outcome, if they start getting B's when they were a CD student in math and now they're getting B's and C's, and we can say, yeah, you can go for the B, look, you achieved that B, then their self-concept changes for mathematics. It doesn't really work too well the other way around. There's a short section on Outward Bound program. I'm not sure why. Social comparisons is where looking at where students compare themselves to their peers to see where they stand. Probably they generally will do this for wanting to find out who they are as a person, and it's completely normal and healthy. They want to figure out how to promote their standing amongst their peers better, or to find out what excellence actually is. There's the big fish in a little pond effect, noted by several researchers, Marsh and Howe, where could just stick with the mathematics idea. And so the A student in math compares himself to his peers, and then he thinks he's really amazing at math. Well, if he goes to college as a math major, he might discover that he's pretty good at math, maybe not as good as he thought he was, compared to wherever he's at, 8th grade in middle school or something. So it's possible for students to get a false sense of grandiosity that way. Self-concept, promoting a good self-concept, a healthy sense of self is good as an educational goal in its own right, and some educators believe that an enhanced self-concept will enhance other educational goals or educational achievement. So research has shown that content area specific self-concept beliefs such as I'm good at math do correlate to higher test scores compared to students who say I'm okay at math or I'm bad at math, and their grades generally will show this. And so then the attempt was made to enhance students' self-concept, to try to find some way to get the student to believe that they're good at math, did not improve their test scores. So it is the test scores that have a correlation to the self-concept. The self-concept doesn't actually create the desired educational outcome. So while it's psychologically healthy to have positive self-concepts, trying to intervene by making the students believe that they're good at a subject does not actually improve the educational outcome. So boosting their self-esteem does not lead to better educational outcomes. It's the educational outcome that creates the self-esteem for the student in a content area. So there's no need to make the attempt to do that. Research has been done, and that really doesn't work. LD students and self-esteem, generally speaking, all of your LD students have lower self-esteem and generally have lower outcomes by assessment. So again, while it's psychologically beneficial and positive to try to bolster your students' self-esteem, that is not going to create better learning outcomes. So we need to find other ways to reach our students, to make our lessons relevant, to engage them in the material, find the modalities and variety of teaching strategies is probably a much more effective way of getting to better educational outcomes than looking at student self-esteem. Chapter 11.